Doors locked. Road's clear. Why was that so different? That's interesting. Pause in the medicine. That juju was right. Okay. That's why you check. Door's locked. Road's clear. Cleared fully. Everything feels so awkward with all this crap on. I really don't too much enjoy winter flying. Doors locked. Road's clear. There's the pulley. These. Find the center point. Oh. Wait for the wind. Yep, completely the wrong way. Come on, tower, give me clearance. All right. We are up. We are up. Got some adjustments to do here. Uh-oh. No wonder I'm cold. My goggles came off. And they're not on the helmet anymore. So, that's interesting. We may have to find those later. But holy crap, my eyes are going to freeze. So, we're going to see what we can do here. Thankfully, I'm wearing a baklava, so it'll just be my eyes. Wind's nice. I'm going to turn my gloves on. 1, 2, little advertisement for Aviator PPG. The way I use mine is I use running gloves over the top of my gloves, liners that are heated, just to block the wind a bit, and then the glove liners kind of do everything else. Well, my forehead is going to freeze. Not much I'm going to be able to do about that. Everywhere that my goggles would have protected me, I don't have. I gotta figure out where to put that on my pre-flight, because quite frankly, oh my goodness, would you look at how lucky I just got, gentlemen. Holy crap, those could have been through my prop in a heartbeat. But now they're on my face. That was almost a very expensive error. So they were just sitting, they popped off my helmet, and they were sitting on my netting. There was a guy on the Reddit that was talking about looking at a MaxFly. And I think they're great paramotors. And I said my only concern with them is they're engineered for easy transport and breakdown. Strong units, from what I hear. A lot of people fly them. I know Matt Minyard's a big proponent of them. But for me, I worry about that gaps. There are some gaps in the netting where the 4 parts of the MaxFly come together. And had I been flying one, pretty sure these would have gone right through that netting and caused some unfortunate damage. Now my paramotor is a SkyMax Star with an MY19 dual start 185. And I wouldn't say the netting on my paramotor is any great shakes either. It could be tighter and it could be stronger. But what it is covering it. There's very little in the way of a gap. And that just saved my butt from a mistake that I had made. So, a winter flight. Smooth air right now. Just about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Gray clouds, flashers going. Wing looks phenomenal. Not a whole lot of bumping and cruising going on out here. But, it is cold. I'm dressed like I'm snowmobiling. Feel pretty good right now. Happy with the launch. Good to be back up. It has been a minute since I've gotten out to do a flight. And the last two I popped up on, weather kind of threw me. The first one I jumped up, had some failed launches, got off the ground, and the minute my feet kind of swung up into the chair, started feeling the rain. Now look at these birds. I got a whole flock of them down here. Oh, there's a ton of them. Look like Canadian geese. They were probably doing some feeding in this field. And they split up. Got half to be that way and half to be that way. Pretty low to the ground. And I am still getting a little bit of lift and a little bit of sink, it feels like, over this brown field. But it doesn't feel concerning. At this point, anyway. So, I think we are just going to do some weight shifting and go check some things out. Now that it's the time of year where all the fields are cut down, your outs significantly increase. I think that I would change that for Florida, but we do have outs. Now at the height I'm at, I need to start crossing this US 12 because I'm going to be low enough to go underneath the shelf of South Bend's airspace, but I like to give it plenty. Huh. That's weird. I guess maybe it was the gloves, but I thought I was losing power. I thought I was maintaining pretty well. I was definitely coming down. I think I'm going to climb back up. There's some high tension power lines up here. With the wind being where it is, I'd like to make sure I have plenty of opportunity to make good decisions if there's a problem when I head over the top of them. I can't tell you how stupid that was on my goggles, and it's the second time I've done that. The first time, they just stayed on my helmet, and I was able to put them right on after I launched. This time, they had slipped off. I figured they were on the ground. I had actually done some fairly deeper right-hand turns before I thought to glance behind me and see if they got caught up in the netting. And since I kind of did a bit of a power forward, good thing they did. Good thing they did. Right now, kind of headed towards Nile. I think I'm going to cut this way. There's bit of swampland right in front of me. And while that's better than trees, if I have a problem, it's not as good as all these fields. I also think I need to check my harness a bit. I seem to have a natural weight shift to the right now, where maybe one of my straps got loosened or tightened and aren't even on one side. So I'm kind of keeping some weight on my left butt cheek to even that out. It's not a big deal, but I'd rather have it right. I don't know how far I'm going, because this is the coldest weather that I've flown in. The weather here said that it was in the 20s and feels like 19 on the ground. I'm wearing enough layers that it looks like I eat more than I do. I think I'm going to zip this up. Interestingly, every time you introduce something new, like my goggle situation, it's another thing you're managing. And while it doesn't seem like a pair of goggles is that big a deal, I'm wearing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm wearing 5 pairs of long johns, a pair of felt-lined jeans, and then ski pants, and the same 5 pairs of long johns on top, a sweatshirt, and then just a puffy coat. And all of that, plus the gloves, you lose so much sensation on what you're doing. When I was launching, I wasn't completely calm today. I mean, the wind's not strong, but I added a little bit of power. The wing came up. I had to physically look it down and go, oh, I'm still holding the A's. I really couldn't feel much of what was going on. And I had gotten to the point barehanded that it kind of felt like I knew when I was going to almost snap the A's out of my hand on a forward. Sometimes it was earlier, sometimes it was later. Sometimes on a nil wind, it might be after the first 4 or 5 steps while I was running forward till I could get some speed under me. But all of that goes away. And then you add the goggles, the face mask, and all those other things, and all of a sudden, what really is, in my opinion, the harder part of a paramotor is the launch. The landing might take you a little longer to get used to, be comfortable with, if you've not been in air sports before, but the launch is hard, at least for me. I think for many people. I think when I packed my wing away last time, I used the attached riser bag that the Nivius bag has. Stuff my risers in there before I drop the wings on the lines on top of the glider. I think I must have somehow squeezed off the trim because it was way off of normal. And I'm just going to say this again. Y'all can do what you want to do, but I make a point of doing my pre-flight out loud in the same way. So you'll hear me that I've double-checked the locks, I've double-checked the trim, and that I'm clear to the pulleys. And I've had the pulley situation where I've caught problems that I didn't think existed until I was about to launch. And today, obviously, a trimmer situation that if I hadn't have checked, probably wouldn't have hurt anything. But when I came up, my wing was going to be screwed. I was never getting off the ground that way. And if I had, that might not have been fun either. So remember to do your pre-flight. Get yourself in a habit. And I just got to find a way to develop a winter pre-flight. I love being up here, and I needed a fix. But this is not a spring, summer, fall, beautiful day where you're looking around going, this is why I wanted to do this. This is the day where you're getting your fix in. You're hanging from your bed sheet, flying through the air. But you wish you were in the South. Well, I'm going to grab myself some brakes. At least with these two pairs of gloves, I can get my hands in the way I like. Okay. I'm out of space unless I go up higher. Because that would definitely be congested all around that water. So, let's take a turn. Give a little bit of energy bleed, fight that off. That wasn't too bad for not having done it in a while. That smoke's interesting. Looks like it's coming straight out of the south right now. I want to go down and go check this stuff out. Got themselves a little dirt track down there. Spiral. I love farms. Silos are cool. Dirt roads are cool. Lead it off. Don't get yourself too cocky here. You're still a beginner mediate. Don't need to be in hard spirals. Mostly above the carabiners. Everything will be alright. I don't think I see any lines down there. My engine sounds funny. It might not idle in this cold weather. But you'd think it'd be hot enough now that it wouldn't really be a concern, right? Oh, look at this. You are away. Who else gets to swoop in on silos on 1,000 feet? Just us. Just us. Right? I can see some power lines on the hard road. What do I see on the dirt road? In the country, you got to be careful on dirt roads. At least around here. Because dirt roads, they'll have some lines strung right across the middle of a cornfield to get power somewhere. See that little rivet right there? That's got the water in it? Look how cool that is. Just these old silos, right? That's awesome. Looks like someone climbed one and put some graffiti on it. We're going to come back into the direction I think the wind's coming from right now. Stay above them. Checking them out. Look at that. What a view. What a view. Woo. There they are, kids. Wow. I love these things, right? How could you not? I'm going to go up. I don't know power line situation. I see my high tension wires up there. So, I'm going to cut out. I hate winter flight. Go this way. Flying any freight hands way up. There we go. I'd like to play low a little bit, but even that little bit of time, with my hands on the brake, it frees me out. These aviator glove liners, the motion heat ones, they work really well. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. The other thing I've noticed is when I have these head covers on, I don't get a great suction from these ear protection cups. I can hear the engine. And on 50, before all the safety things really came about, I was already shooting guns and hunting and doing a lot of things that nowadays common sense would have you have ear protection on. But I don't need to be any deafer in my later years than I'm likely to be. trying to think if it had been darn near a month since the weather's cooperated enough that I was able to get up. I've got plenty of fuel, but I can almost promise you, I doubt this is going to be a hour and 45-minute flight, which is probably how much fuel I launched with, depending on how much up and down I do. But, boy, that smoke over there from that fire, and hopefully I got my camera angled a little better than I did on my last one. It said it was going to calm down in the afternoon. Well, I guess we used to call it afternoon. This used to be way too early for me to launch, back when it was warm. But, give me a second. I am looking for my directions that I want to fly. I'm not really itching to go up much higher. Cold. I'm going to come over here. Take these fields. When I get over those tension lines, maybe I'll come off throttle a little bit and go check out that quarry. I will tell you this, any area that is even remotely unprotected, you find out about it pretty quick. Greens are off in the distance, that buildup. Feeling slow right now. Huh. Maybe not. I think what I could do, there's some bounce right there. Wonder what that's off of. Probably just a little wind. I'm almost at the cloud base, to be honest. Certainly can't go higher because there is no way through it. May have even come down on me a little while I was flying. I don't see any holes or opportunities to go see anything that's cool. So I got to stay within the clearance that I am afforded. That might mean I need to come down a little bit, actually. It might be a tad closer than I want to be. distance is hard to judge sometimes. You might think you're doing it well, but you don't want to be doing it wrong just because you think you're doing it right. So I'm going to lead a little bit because I do think that base came down a little bit. I'll have to ask some of the folks from my group. I'm sure there's some guys in Pawpaw that got up today. I wonder if they felt the same thing. That feels better. That feels like I'm giving it the clearance I'm supposed to give it. And look at that. I am now in a tailwind from a direction 80 degrees different than when I launched. If I were landing right now, I'd be coming from the same side of the field, but the other corner. It is chilly. Chilly. It's funny in the summer when I was not flying and working and not flying and working, and every time I was home the weather was bad, and every time I traveled everybody was flying up here. I would finally get up, and even if it was a bit of a rodeo, I was sticking it out, flying for an hour and a half, getting as much of that addiction in as I could. Not so sure this is gonna be the same feeling. I definitely needed a fix. But we'll see how long it really lasts. I wonder if my windsock is gonna agree with those clouds. Sometimes I think I set it up too close to the houses and get a weird rotor. That can sometimes throw off my read. Because that is clearly coming out of the north and going southeast. Windsock says you're too old to see it. That's what your windsock says. Too old, too high. I don't see my wing bag. Where is my wing bag? There it is. I'd like to tell you that it was more comfortable closer to the ground, but it's cold as shit down here too. My wife told me I was nuts for going. Yeah, the smoke tells me what I need to know. I know where it's coming from right now. Now I just got to decide Have I had my fix? Do I need a little more? Many of my neighbors have been kind enough to give me permission to fly over their house. So if you see me do that in the video, I'm not breaking any colossal laws, but I still try and avoid it if I can. Yeah, right now I think I could almost just come straight in off that corner. I'm not going to do it right now, but got the high school up here. Some of the fine industry in Edwardsburg. Cruising along pretty good this direction. Something catastrophic happens, I have an out right that direction. Not ideal, but if something catastrophic happens, I have a wide open parking lot. Snowmobile trails come through here. I must not have had enough of a fix yet, because I seem to be going up. And away from the LP. But I think I'm getting there. I'm sorely tempted. All that wind is coming out of that direction. Calling, because I am cold. So, I think, go up. Put an eyeball that actually works on my windsock. Well, that smoke says it's this way. So, do we really need to? I don't know. I do know I want my brakes where they're supposed to be. There are some things I don't mind changing, but I get used to flying. I keep all my fingers in there. Come across this way. I'm going to avoid the farmer that lets me fly out of his field completely. Circle back around the backside of the houses. See if I can't put an eye, a confirmatory eye on my streamers, and then we'll make a call. So, that is what I know. That is what I know. I'm going to give him a wide berth. That farmhouse right there, I like it. I could get behind owning that. I don't know who does. But they got it nicely blocked away from people. Got a little water back there. A lot of things about that I like. This is where it gets a little tricky because I don't like crossing. This is a whole power station up here. And I don't like crossing it this low. But I also don't want to climb too high right now. Because I am just going to come down. Alright. So, I think I know what I'm doing. And I'm glad I looked. Because it's not as sharp an angle as I might have thought. In fact, strangely, it almost looks like it's back in the direction that I took off. I wonder if it'll hold that long enough for me to make a call. Looks like it might. Looks like it might. Yep, here it is. There it is. I made a call. Oh. Horizon. Right. Don't give it back. There we go. Run it out. Turn. Well, don't get it caught in your glasses. Way to nose it right to the ground like the beginner intermediate that you are. Gold. Well, kids, if you stayed with me for the whole video, had a blast. It's freezing. I can now have a beverage,
because I'm on vacation for the rest of the year. I see what happened. So we almost got to the interesting landing. I've had a couple of them, but if you see my field, there's a lot of undulation in it. So when you start your flare this direction, I was all right. I didn't have a huge change, but if I had gotten just to the other side of the wing, say about here, and start to flare, there's about, a gradient that you could have a pretty good fall. I learned that one time, and then I decided it was better to get better at spot landings. So that is what I did. So what I'm going to do now is walk back to the house, tell y'all thanks, and we'll see you next time. Another happy landing, huh?